Hey everybody, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Dan. This is my new channel, Cool Story Bro. I had a channel before this that I used to talk about things that I just want to talk about, but it wasn't very structured. I wasn't really into it. So I'm thinking I'll make a new channel like this, sort of structured differently, and hopefully I'll be able to talk about things and you guys will enjoy it and all that. I call it That Cool Story Bro, because hopefully I talk about cool stories, you know, you find it cool, and if you find it cool then you can tell me so. Al's a girl, another YouTuber. She's the one who really motivated me to make a channel. The idea of the name for this channel is her idea, so give her mad props for that. So she did a tag video. I wanted to, just so you guys can get to know about me, so let's just jump into the questions right off the bat. My middle name, and I don't care who knows it, is Robert. Plain and simple. Even though I'm a sociology major, is definitely astronomy. If it was mixed drinks, I'd probably say my favorite so far is called the Irish Flag, because it tastes like mint chocolate and it's delicious. If we were talking about straight alcoholic drinks, I'm not a big fan of beer at all. I definitely have a nice, very, very profound fondness for Becherovka, which is a Czech bitters. I also like VAT 69, which is a Scotch whiskey. But if we're talking about non-alcoholic drinks, maybe Yoo-hoo. I love Yoo-hoo. For me it changes. I like a lot of people. My favorite song changes from time to time. I would say either Cold to the Touch by Brian Jonestown Massacre or Straight Up and Down by Brian Jonestown Massacre, which, if anyone watches Boardwalk Empire, is the theme song that they use for the opening credits. Well, assuming I actually meet a woman who would hate herself enough to date me and have children with me, self-deprecating humor, I got a few names. I also kind of switch up names from time to time. I used to think that Otto was a good name for a kid. First and foremost, if I had a daughter, she would have to be named Stella. I think Stella is probably one of the most beautiful names I've ever heard in my life, and it has to do with astronomy because obviously it means star in Latin, and it's just such a beautiful name to me. It's very old-fashioned, but it's not like dorky old-fashioned. I've always loved the name Maria. I don't know why. It's a really common name, but I love the name Maria. I just think it sounds really pretty. And also probably Valerie is a name that I like a lot, but also other names that are sort of old-timey, but not too much, like Victoria. I like the name a lot. If I had a son, I probably would want to name him after my father, just because I like my father's name a lot, and my father's name is Mark. So Mark is a good one. Either that or probably some traditional names, but not too often used, you know, like I really don't like the names John or Mike or Christopher, because I hear those names way too much. There are too many of those in the world. So something like maybe like Douglas or Calvin or, like I said, Mark, just, you know, something like that. Yes, I do. When I was younger, I used to play in Little League Baseball, but I really stopped playing organized sports after I realized I just didn't want to spend the time on it. I rather enjoyed playing with my friends in our cul-de-sac than I did getting up in a uniform that was uncomfortable and playing with people I didn't really know that well and stuff like that. Right now what I play, I'm a catcher on a rec league softball team that I actually play with my father and my brother and little sister, which that answers another question, but we'll get to that later. Again, really difficult questions, because it depends on the genre and everything. Probably the most recent book that I really liked was Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. I just read that and I really loved it. And before that I read Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, and that was hands down one of the best books I've ever read. There's also The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. You know, I wouldn't even say the whole thing, I'll just say Dante's Inferno. Just the first book of The Divine Comedy was probably my favorite of all of them. Steal My Soldier's Heart by David Hackworth. The Stranger by Albert Camus, or however you pronounce his name. The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. In the Time of the Butterflies by Julia Alvarez, I think, was a book that made me cry like a bitch, man. If I had to choose my #1 favorite right now, it would probably be Lolita. It's blue. Blue is my favorite color. Not gonna get any more complicated than that. Green is a very close second, but overall, blue is my favorite. I think animals that fly is such an amazing attribute to be able to have. And so I'd probably choose either an owl or a falcon in that regard, and probably a falcon. Just because they're such fascinating creatures, and they're intelligent, and they're beautiful, and they're so good at being predators, and they're just amazing creatures. Okay, well now that we understand that this questionnaire is oriented towards people from the opposite sex of me, I'm going to answer that in my favorite cologne instead, and my favorite cologne is definitely Old Spice, just regular Old Spice. You know, my dad was an Old Spice guy, so I'm an Old Spice guy. Axe and Tag can suck it. They can just suck it, stick it in their juice box and suck it however they want. Just massive suckage should be happening on the part of Axe and Tag, because Old Spice is king of colognes, and that's all anybody should know. I'd probably say Halloween, because in the words of the comedian Matt Bronger, it never gets old, you know, it never sort of fails to impress. When you're a kid, you dress up, you get candy. When you're an adult, you dress up, you get drunk. You know, it's like, the fun never stops, really. I might actually post a video that I took of this past Halloween when I dressed up and scared some people and all that. I'll probably post that on here. Have I graduated high school? Yes, I have. As I said, I'm 21, I'm a sociology major, so yes, I've graduated high school. Only just recently, this list got really long. Before the fall started, the only places that I had ever been outside of the US were Canada and Mexico, so the hat and pants of America. I had been to Canada once for a Boy Scout trip, that was for a week. And I had been to Mexico several times to visit friends down there that I made. This fall, I took a semester to study abroad in the Czech Republic. So right now I'm in Prague, this is where I am, and this is my little, you know, piece of home right here on the wall. Being in Prague, I've traveled all over the Czech Republic, and aside from there, I've gone to Berlin in Germany. I went to Madrid in Spain. I don't think stopping in Heathrow for a flight counts, but you know, I went to Heathrow, so there's that. Heathrow, if you don't know, is in England. I've been to Vienna, which is in Austria. I've been to Budapest in Hungary, and Bratislava in Slovakia. And that's about everywhere I think that I've been visiting in Europe. I took 6 years of Spanish and I have my Mexican friends to practice with. So I'm fairly fluent in Spanish, but I also, because I'm studying here in Prague, I'm learning Czech, and it's such a beautiful language. I love to speak it. I will say, I think it's excellent that I speak, and then the language, right? In Spanish, it would be, pienso que es excelente que puedo hablar en español, right? So that's that, and then in Czech it would be, myslím, že výborný, že můžu mluvit česky. Right, so that's very rudimentary. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, I have an older brother and a younger sister. We're all separated by 2 years. I'm just kind of in the middle, left alone. You know, no one pays attention to me really. But that's obviously not true. But I'm pretty by myself a lot of the time, which is actually quite nice. You know, I like spending some time alone. Probably just because I like video games, it would be GameStop. You know, plain and simple. If I didn't choose any other store, it would probably be something like Target. I'm going to try to keep this really simple because there are a lot of different restaurants that I could choose from that are all really wonderful. Probably my favorite would be Taco Bell. Just like Taco Bell, you know, it's plain and simple. If you want like a sit-down kind of restaurant answer, maybe like Cheeseburger, or like On the Border. You know, I just love Latin food. You know, this is the whole idea. Not to say that Taco Bell's authentic Latin food, but I just love Taco Bell. I love it. Yes, I love school. Obviously, when I was younger, I hated school. I wanted to get out. I couldn't wait. But then after a while, I started realizing that these were, like, I just started loving learning about the world. I don't want to die, not because I'm afraid of death, but because if I die, then I won't be able to retain the knowledge that I have. I won't be able to learn any more about the world. It'll be gone. I love being able to know about everything around me, about, you know, the air that I breathe and the way that my body works, and like I said, astronomy and sociology and politics and history and chemistry and biology and just all these cool things that I just love learning about. So yes, I love school. I love learning. I spend hours on Wikipedia sometimes, just article to article, just learning different things about whatever, you know. Obviously, first and foremost, there's Al's a girl. You know, you gotta include her because she's a friend of mine. And I'll be honest, I do watch her videos just because I'm just curious, you know, about it. I don't know that much about women and their fashion. I don't know much about their makeup, and it's just interesting to me to be able to see the logic that goes behind those things. Mediocre Films, really do enjoy him. He's hilarious. A Bad Feeling is a channel that's very much oriented towards me, the video game player. Lag TV or Life's a Glitch TV, I freaking love those guys. You people probably wouldn't, you know, if I'm speaking to Alza Girls demographic, but they're so freaking funny. They do video game stuff, but they're so hilarious, and they're so, it's the two guys, two Canadians, they're just, you know, unique and funny, and they bounce off of each other so well, and it's all impromptu, you know, they don't really plan any of their jokes, so it's just, they're great. I love watching them every time they put up a video. Then there's also Ted Krusty, is just this, it's just like ridiculous short videos. You gotta sub to him, just not like because his videos are funny, because they're ultra short, you know, they don't even require any time to watch. And it's that kind of comedy that is just like stupid comedy that's hilarious. And then Julian Smith definitely is a guy that I think is really talented, who makes funny videos. And there was this guy, Artie TMSITW, or Artie, the Strongest Man in the World, who actually lives, or used to live near me, and made some really good videos, but he's really just dropped off after, like in the past, few months, or the past year or so. He's just dropped off completely, which really sucks. Favorite movie is Apocalypse Now. Just gonna hands down go with that one. Dr. Strangelove is a great movie. It's really funny comedy. That's probably like my runner-up right there, Dr. Strangelove. Casablanca is amazing. Just there are tons of movies out there. I could go all day, but I think Apocalypse Now, #1 movie right there. Scrubs. Bottom line, hands down, Scrubs, my favorite TV show. But only seasons 1 through 8. Seasons 9 and after that, forget it. That stuff like the new Scrubs or whatever, not even gonna bother with it. But for current TV shows that I'm watching now, it's a toss-up between Sons of Anarchy and Boardwalk Empire. I'm definitely PC. Always grew up with PCs, just found them easier to work with. They're better for gaming, which is what I like to do. I'm used to them. They're better for me, so I'm a PC guy. So my phone is not made for being used internationally, so it doesn't work here, and I have to get this little dinky phone right here. I don't even know what it is. It's some Nokia piece of junk. But the phone that I always use at home is an LG Dare, which is a really simple touch screen. It's not a smartphone or anything. It's actually it's very much a stupid phone, honestly. It's actually used to be my sister's old one because we were going cell phone shopping for my brother, I think, and my sister saw a BlackBerry and she just had to have it, And I figured instead of buying one, I'll just take this one because I liked it anyway, So I have this little piece of junk. It works fairly nicely. But I'm looking forward to the day where I might upgrade to a smartphone just so I can have, Google Maps or Google Translate at the ready, or even just Wikipedia so I can look stuff up when I'm bored or whatever. I'm 6 feet flat, so that's a real basic friendship tag or whatever you want to call it by me, and that's it. This is an intro to my channel. It's just for talking about stuff that I want to, cool stories and all that, and hopefully it gets some subscribers. You guys find it interesting. I'm going to try to remake or redo all my videos from a previous channel on this one. And I'll try to cut out swearing and all that sort of stuff, but we'll just see how it goes. So I hope this channel goes well, and I hope so far that this first video set a good impression. And I hope that was a cool story, bro. See, that's the first time I'm going to say that in a long time, hopefully. So first time in a long series, hopefully I'm going to be able to say that. So I'll see you guys later, and keep on being you, right?